What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day out there in YouTube land. But look, they finally finished the paving job on one of my favorite cut-through roads. Hell yeah, loving it. I think it's been since like October of 22 since we've been on this road together. It is now, what is it, the end of May? I don't know. It took them forever and a day to repave this road, let me tell you. But that's not why you clicked on the video. You clicked on the video to see somebody talk about something. And I already forgot what it was. No, I'm kidding. I have a question. What do you do with old motorcycle parts? Okay? Leftovers from a project, stock that you replaced, aftermarket that you replaced. You're not gonna pull out. Good. I would have had to put two hands on the handlebars. Safety's job 3 around here. Nobody needs that kind of negativity in their life. Moving on. It has been a glorious time in the DMV. Let me tell you, the weather has been a little bit rainy, but a little bit like moderate temperature-wise. It's been pretty nice. I'm kind of enjoying this stuff. I am still recording less, but riding more, baby. Riding more. Having a good time. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. No bumps right there. Just a smidgen of a bump. Smidgen. Not even anything to write home about. So today I want to talk about an experience, or several, I had during the pandemic. That just happened to coincide there. That's not the focus of it, okay? Let's not get twisted. With my 2016 Vaquero, I had replaced a number of parts with aftermarket, and I added some OEM stuff. But before I traded it into the dealer, I took off all the aftermarket stuff that I could. I left the auxiliary lights on. I don't know why. I think I threw away the inserts. I don't know. But like the windshield and the seat and the handlebars and all this other stuff, I had kept around. I also had quite a few parts from the bobber build when I swapped all the OEM Kawasaki stuff out for blue collar bobbers. Hold on. Do I get a turn signal? I don't. Whee. Ha-ha! That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call winning. Look at that Corvette. Ooh, that is a bright lime green color. Check that out. That's kind of wild. What are you pulling up for? He's doing his hair. Is this in focus? It's always in focus. Is it focused on me? I am the center of attention. Oh, goodness. It's silent. I hear nothing from it. That is crazy. I expected it to be louder. Let's see if we can get him to do some revs. Rev it up, rev it up. Nope, nothing. It's a pretty car. I can't get in and out of it. Nope, not happening. But anyway, I had a bunch of parts, and it was from those 2 bikes, and I had some other stuff. It reminded me that going back like almost to the beginning of my channel, I held up a couple of turn signals off the Kawasaki Vulcan 800 and said I was going to try to ship them out, but the guy was somewhere else. I forget where he lived. It was another country, I think another continent. But I actually had a very interesting experience selling the KZ650 SR tank. Ooh, somebody's smoking something to alter their state of mind. Oh, right lane closed. I have to get over. Man, it is like construction season around here. Well, if you're not from the US, you get to see what construction is like in the US. They block off lanes. They put up blinker light thingies to make you move over. They cut up the road and they repave it. I don't know how they're not even working on this road. They're working on this service road. Well, tallywhackers or something. That just don't like, you know, if I was a better rider, I'd be slaloming those cones. Slaloming. It's a hard word to say. So anyway, I did not end up shipping the turn signals. It was going to cost like 3 times what they were worth just to ship them. But then, yeah, getting back to the getting back to the SR tank, it was the coffin tank with the sharp angles and stuff, but it had a big dent in it, and I couldn't fix it, and I didn't have anybody to fix it for a reasonable amount. So I decided to part ways with it. I got what I paid for it, and it was a really sketchy-ass situation, all right? The guy who paid for it lived in Florida. The address to which I shipped it was not his. The guy who was ultimately receiving it lived in, like, Portugal. So that was a weird one. But apparently he got it, because I never heard back on it, and I never got, like, a payment dispute or anything. But yeah, so I shipped the tank out. It is what it is. It worked. It's funny how many hands it went through just to get to Portugal, but it was really weird. And none of the names matched up either. None of the names on the PayPal account matched anything else, but they got their stuff and I got my money, so I'll take it. Ooh, we want to catch this light green. Save ourselves a whole minute or 3. We did it! Yahoo! Lean the mic, John. Ooh, I thought sure I was going to scrape there. Did not scrape. But then we come to the Vulcan 800 parts and the Kawasaki Vaquero parts. It's a Vulcan too, if you didn't know. I had the whole back half of the bike, basically, all the tins and stuff. And I sold it all to a guy who drove up from Southern Virginia, brought his sister, they made a day of it. They had a good time, and they paid my asking price. Don't turn, don't turn. Thank you. You always wonder. You always wonder. But they came up, they were very jovial and didn't negotiate on price. It was a very fair price. Got rid of all the Vulcan 800 stuff like that. That was easy. Then the Vulcan Vaquero stuff. This is where the headache is. You see, at this point, I had a fairing with a scratch about this long on the side of it. And I had handlebars and a bunch of other parts, saddlebag lids, things like that. Things that were slightly damaged in my accident, but nobody really wanted to collect, so I had them in my basement. I am rich. I have a basement. I do not have a garage, though. Arguably, a garage would be more useful. And I'm not actually rich. I just make poor decisions with my money. I have impulse control issues. So I posted all the Vaquero parts on Facebook Marketplace, and pretty quickly some people reached out. They wanted this, they wanted that. They wanted to, you know, dither on price quite a bit. I wasn't having it on some of the stuff. The prices were already really low. Which brings up another question. Leave a comment below if you're still watching. When you negotiate for stuff online, do you negotiate before you show up to pick up the item or after you've already gotten there and looked at the pieces? I understand if it's not as advertised, but let's assume that it is as advertised. So in my case, perfect minus a couple blemishes, which are shown in the pictures. I had lots of pictures. These guys show up and they wanted, first of all, they were an hour and a half late. They were brothers or cousins or something, hour and a half late. Luckily, the meetup spot was close to my house. I was nonplussed by this. But then the kicker started. They start negotiating on price after they've already negotiated on price prior to meeting up, which I thought was in poor taste. I don't do that. I negotiate, find a price I like, I show up, give you money, take the thing, go away. That is how I do business. I'm not waving flies away, I'm just gesturing. I like to gesture, it's fun. Hey, you could do a gesture and boop the like button. Give me a thumbs up. It's a gesture. Haha. See what I did there? That was clever. John, remember that. So then a couple, you know, the guy's like, well, I want to buy your seat too, but I don't have the money. Can I take it today? And I'll pay you next week. And I was like, no. No, you may not. You can show up with the full money. Stop. Hey, look at that. We honked at each other. We're awesome. He's probably going to tailgate me now. So then he wants to, you know, dither around with the seat and the cost and everything else. And I said, when you get the money, just show up with the money and I'll sell you the seat. It's that easy. So he doesn't like that. He comes back. He ended up buying something else. I sold the seat to somebody else. The seat went to like Alabama. And it was good fun. That part was easy. But like a month later, the guy's like, yeah, I want to buy the handlebars. So he negotiates a price. I think it was $55 or something, or $40. And he only showed up with like 3 20s and a 5. So it was either 45 or 65. You can guess which way this went. It's 100 frickin' degrees out, and the guy wants to around on price. There, I said it. I was so mad. I was so mad, in fact. I said, fine, you can have the handlebars for $45, but don't you ever contact me again, you piece of shit. I never want to hear from you or your brother again. And now I'm demonetized. But yeah, I went home and I blocked him on Facebook. I was like, nope, I never want to see you again. You. I was so mad about that. And now I've used up my monthly allotment of curse words. On the flip side, about a week later, I had a guy reach out. He wanted the box of add-ons. It was like scraped floorboards and stuff. And he didn't negotiate on price. He didn't even want the fairing. I made him take it. I said, it's a package deal for all the parts that are left. You get the fairing, you get the scratched up parts, and you go about your day with all of it. I want none of it left in my basement. So he drove down from like Philly, had his kid in a car, little tiny car too. And I helped him load it in. He paid me the cash and away we went. I mean, it wasn't a lot of cash. A Kawasaki Vulcan Vaquero fairing cost $1,600 brand new. At least it did like 5 years ago. This guy paid $500 for the fairing and all the scratched up other parts I had. So I thought he got a hell of a deal. The other guy wanted to pay me $100 for the fairing because I have to have someone paint it. Not my problem, bub. So with that, that is the story of me selling parts during the pandemic. I hope you enjoyed this story. Let's do a jump off. Yes. The video is not long enough yet, and I want to see if I can piss off this BMW driver because we got some time. It's not going to turn green. Look at that. Step up on the curb. 2019 Street Glide Special, baby. Gotta love it. Got my turntable. Hey, they work. Good. I forgot to check them after I did the thing with the thing and the tightening of them where I tightened them up. Now they're good. Haha. Love this bike. This is an awesome bike. Coffee has now taken hold, ladies and gentlemen. And so is the cramp. Oh, I got a Charlie horse in my right leg, son of a biscuit. Whew. All right, so the two mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe that's drinking more water so you don't get a Charlie horse. Bye.